Howdy peeps, how's it going? Hope you all have had a good past couple of weeks. I haven't been blogging again for a while, and it just seems I've sort of slowed down in terms of my overall blogging amount. I've just been busy, just been busy doing video games and just extracurricular events and whatnot, and just I've been meaning to get it. It's just as usual. It's just procrastination, and I thought right now would be a really good time because we have all the natural light coming in from the outside. It is, in fact, a very sunny day, which is nice, and so it provides a very nice glow for the camera. I haven't actually done that much in the past 2 weeks anyways, although I did have a very good Mother's Day. We had both the trial and my Mother's Day on the same day, and so it actually wasn't as bad as I thought. I did unfortunately have to take 3 hours off from work in order to attend the trial, but it was such a nice, bright and sunny day that taking the time off wasn't so bad. And we had a very nice drive through Vancouver. Just my dad drove me down, which I am thankful to him for. But we got to the case, and we got to the courts. It wasn't like a fancy court or anything. It was just a small claims court. And what happens? We arrived, and then all the policemen who do all the transit arrests arrived as well. Apparently, the guy who nailed me was there as well, and he was going to argue my case. And so basically what happened is we went into the court. A judge asked for all the people who were making a guilty plea to come first, and I, of course, was one of the ones who was wanting to plead guilty. And so one person went up, and then I was thankfully the second person up. Myself and the guy who busted me were on either side of the tables. Like I don't know what he was. He was like the defense, and I was the prosecution or something. I don't know. But basically, the guy who busted me just said basically what went down. He said blah 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 this, blah 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 that. We caught him, blah blah blah, and I just basically admitted just said that they did catch me. I was just tired, because it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was obviously tired, not really thinking, and I was like accustomed to using my monthly passes, but I didn't have my monthly pass with me, and so I got busted at one of the stations, and And so the judge was very nice, and he basically just made a split-second decision, like, bleh, I think basically was what he said. All right, fine, we'll reduce your fine to $65. I was like, oh, thank goodness. Thank you. Because it was originally up to like 170, so I got a bit of a discount. And by pleading guilty, I saved myself a lot of extra trouble too, so I'll just have to make sure not to do that again. But later that day, we had Mother's Day, which was pretty cool. We actually had everyone at my place right here. My brother, my mom, and my dad, and I served them Rice Krispie squares, and my dad served us all steaks and whatnot, and my brother cooked up some rice, and so it was a good dinner. We had a very nice dinner at this very table right here. So it was a very good day, and I got to watch. I had a Winamp running on my computer, and so everyone was watching Ocean's 11 through one of the through the Winamp's TV thingy. It was just one of those movie servers that was playing Ocean's 11. So that was pretty cool too, because my whole family. That's actually kind of a nice gift from Mom, because Mom really likes Ocean's 11. So it was just kind of a well-timed extra gift for her, because she's like a big Ocean's, like I said, big Ocean's fan. She's going to go out and see Ocean's 13 when it comes out. So anyways, we had a good day. It was last, like, Tuesday last week that we did all this. So I actually just was meaning to say this quite a while ago. I just want to make like two shout-outs. First of all, to the Final Fantasy community, who left some very very nice comments on my Tifa's my Valentine's Day with Tifa, my Valentine's Day video. I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate the comments. You guys had some nice things to say. I'm not like major Final Fantasy fan myself. I have only really played maybe one or two of the games. I believe the first game of the series that I played was number 5, and then I rented the PlayStation and played number 7. Didn't get past the first disc, but you know, I really enjoyed my experience with Final Fantasy 7. And I just haven't been really all that particularly keen with the series, I think, ever since Final Fantasy 8 because of the one character, Squall. I actually played a PC demo for my computer and was just so angry at this character that I just couldn't stand to play the rest of the game. It was just like the demo, but this character was just such a mean person. I could not simply believe that I was playing as this character. It's like, why would I want to play a guy like that? You know, and so I haven't really touched the series ever since, and I haven't really had any opportunities to get like a PlayStation 2 or anything to play any of the other games in the series. But overall, I'm mainly just like a Final Fantasy 7 fan, and I love Advent Children. That's a great movie, and I mean, really, Final Fantasy 7 I think pretty much is Final Fantasy in itself. Anyways, that's basically what, whenever people think of Final Fantasy, that's usually what they'll think of first. So, anyways, oh, by the way, I appreciate that little bit of trivia that somebody left behind on the video. According to what the one person said, the reason Final Fantasy is called Final Fantasy was because Squaresoft thought that Final Fantasy was going to be the very last game that they were going to make, but then it turned out that Final Fantasy was a goldmine for them, and so their little company was able to continue living based entirely off the success of this game. So that's basically why they keep making Final Fantasy and not any other games, also why other games typically suck, because generally speaking, they're not that great a gaming company. They just make good RPGs. At least that's what I've been told by people on the internet. So I also wanted to do a second shout out to the receptionist at my job. She was complaining to me recently that I hadn't mentioned about her in my blogs. She's been working at the company for, I guess, about 3 years now. She was actually only originally intended to stay around for about 6 months, but when the person that she was filling in for decided not to come back, she ended up with a more permanent position. She's actually recently become a bit of a silent subscriber since I sent her a bunch of my videos through the email, and she's just sort of been gradually going through them. The ones I sent were just mainly the adventure ones, like the Science World and the Valentine's Day, but as it turns out, she's actually also been watching some of my regular blogging videos, as she informed me at a party 2 weeks ago that my alcoholic preference is brown cows. So it's interesting to see just how closely she's watching the videos. She's actually always been one of my favorite people at the job, even though she hasn't always had the highest opinion of me. In fact, within the first year, we didn't get along at all, and part of that was due to the fact that I was too nervous to talk to her, and the fact that she didn't completely trust me. And so we just had a fairly frosted war go on for about a year until I sort of broke the ice with her by showing her some of my Gary Mod pictures that I'd made, and she seemed to really like those, and it sort of helped to open up the gap that was between, or close the gap that was between us. So we get along pretty good right now, or at least I would like to think so. I still get the impression that she thinks I'm a dork, though, and I'm still, as always, a little bit too shy to talk to her. But apart from that, I think we get along pretty good. So that's about it for today. I hope that the video wasn't too long, and I hope to chat with you all again later. And I better do my blogging a little bit more often. So that's it for today. Good night.